I'm like sketchy or anything because I'm using this god awful camera and I'm in a room. I'm just a guy that texts. Yeah, I got this stuff over here. It's my Airsoft. Take them apart and modify them, whatever. This is what it looks like. This is what the barrel looks like. Let me show you. Oh, I'm an idiot. I did that for soundproofing. So you see I have that in there. Basically, when you take this thing apart, you're going to find a thing in there called a bucking. I'll take a picture of that in the video. And basically, it's around the barrel. Like it goes right over it, and it goes back. And up here, I can find a some pop-up unit. Or like for example. Man, there's no hop-up unit here. I don't want to disassemble this one. This one's pretty cool. You know, fuck it. You're spending a lot of money. I'll do it for you. So I just, like, we take them apart, pop this thing off. This is off the AK one. They're all made differently. Here. Here's the bucking. If you look into the barrel, like you see there's the barrel, right? Push down on here. This little thing extends in the barrel. Basically, when the BB hits it, it gets a backspin. It spins backwards. It gives this thing called the magnet. Gives it this thing called the Magnus effect, which basically means it makes it fly. There's a little thing in here called the nub. I'm trying to get it out. This is a little piece of plastic, and basically, if you were to look in here, there's like a little slot, like this whole thing. It's just a tube, right? And you have this tube right here, and there's a little hole right up here. It's right over here is a little hole, and that's where the nub goes into here. And basically, if you were to look at this, like you see how beans doing this with one hand. You see how when you were to push this thing down like this, it pushes the thing down in there. That's that's like adjusting the hop up. All right, and basically what happens is it pushes the nub down onto the little hole in the window, which I'll show in a different barrel. I don't want to take the bucking off. I have a lot of barrels. There's a little hole here, you know. So probably you get how it works, right? Nub pushes into there. This, right? So let's get into our hop. Basically, this is like I haven't really gotten the right materials for it. This is me doing it like firsthand. It looks like shit. All right. But basically, the difference between this and this is there is a. I wasn't even pointing the camera at it. This and this is there's a larger contact patch for this right here, because this is it's just like this bit of shit inside of the bucking. Like it's oddly shaped, you know. It's like two squares in there or something. Maybe they're a bit round. Basically, this is a lot longer, and it wraps like all around the BB. And basically, there's nothing better than this at all, other than like ER hop, which is they make this like a lot longer, like the window, like they just straight up get like a file or a Dremel and go, they just like make this window longer, right? And they stick an even longer patch on there, which makes it even more stable with heavier BB weights. But don't say my name. Okay. Yeah. I'm doing a video. What was I talking about? Yeah, it's the longer window is indistinguishable from the shorter window when you're using like lower FPSs and stuff. But at the FPS that I'm recommending you do, it does. But I wouldn't. It's too hard, man. It's way too hard. You have to make it flat. Like you have to make the like you see how there's the bit right here, like it's down in there. You have like that. It's got to be all flat so you can get so it's not like weird or anything. It's gonna affect it. It's really gonna affect it because this is affecting the whole flight of your BB. Like you can't fuck this up, like even a little bit. And it's not hard to not fuck up. It's actually pretty easy. You just have to use a method that's like proven and stuff. So this is the barrel part, the hop-up part. If you want to get your barrel working right, like really good, you have to lap it, which is they basically it's polishing, but it's also got like some gritty stuff in it. And basically what it does is scratches the barrel, but not in the way that you think. Not like with scratches it makes it bad. It from what I've heard, like all of the techs say, I've never actually done it. I've just polished my barrel. It works fine. You could just polish it instead. I'd recommend polishing it. I don't know what the fuck lapping does. I don't know, man. Basically, it's like these things are obviously like they're flawed and stuff. They're not perfect. So and polish it, it's a lot smoother. So it's gonna make your gun a lot more accurate, obviously. This is a steel one. I recommend steel over brass, but if your gun comes with brass, which it will, I guarantee you there's no way SEMA started making guns with brass barrels. They started making them with steel barrels and then went down to like brass or something. That'd be hilarious. Yeah, there's that. Why I want you guys to shoot a really, really high velocity is not really, really, really high. So like you guys know your hit, and the time to target is a lot less, especially with heavier BBs. Because if you use lighter ones, I'll stick a thing in a description that shows like a link. It's gonna be a link, and it's gonna be like a big old article thing showing like the time to target and all that. Basically, .20s they eventually slow down to the point, like their terminal velocity in the air, whether it's with the Magnus effect on or off, it's way too low for anyone to feel it, and because they're so light, they're going to be a lot less accurate at the distances. So you might as well just be shooting .40s, which is like twice the weight of it. This is a regular little 2.8. Like I'll show you an example. Like this is the terminal velocity of it. I'd say like it's. Hear that? You can hear it. It's audible, right? I think this is actually a 2.5. That .20s don't do that. And it seems like it's not that much lighter, but it's significant. Like it's the zone for you feeling that is like within the .225 to like .235 area, depending on like the consistency of the construction of the BB, because they're all made to like different qualities, which is why I recommend G&G. That's the one I use. It's just the best ever. It's just awesome, really cheap, real good. You're not going to spend shit tons of money on them, especially if you're using .32s. Because I use 2.8s. My gun's going to shoot too hot. Yeah, you're going to need .32s or .36s or .40s to really get the range out of your gun and get the accuracy out of it. Because you're trying to simulate like real firearms. And what's the best way to? Is there any better way to do it other than get the most viable BB option, whatchamacallit. I'm not good with words. Which is the .40, because if you're going higher than that, you're going to start going to ceramic BBs, which cost like $1 each. I shit you not, they're like $1 each. That's not going to be fun for that budget. While .32s or .40s are like $20 for like 500 of them, you know. .32s are .40s are like $20 for like 500 of them to like 1,000 maybe. 1,000, 1,500, somewhere around that range. It varies between brands and stuff. While .32s, it's like $20 for a kilogram of them, which is probably around like, oh yeah, a kilogram of .32s is exactly 2,750 BBs. I just read that up over there on my computer. Yeah. Mid caps, you can get anything, man. This is a mid cap. I had a mid cap some around here as a high cap. You could probably use those, I guess, but you want to simulate like real military stuff. And yes, this is a real mag. Yeah, we got guns. God damn it! I should be in here. Nope, not in here. Well, yeah, it looks exactly like that. It basically, you'd have a little spring that goes down here like this, and that's where you stick them in there. You just stick 30 rounds of whatever shit you want in there, and you just buy a bunch of them. Yeah. Or maybe stick enough in there to get them to feed. There's certain methods to do it. You could probably get like winding mags or something. I don't know, man. There's a lot of weird things. I don't know anything about magazines other than Cyma high caps kick ass. The ones they got in here, they feed .28s perfectly fine, so I assume they'd work perfectly well with .32s. I don't know. Would you really want to have shit tons of banana mags in like a plate carrier that isn't even made for banana mags? Banana mags, 7.62 mags or 5.45 mags. I'd recommend 5.45 because you'll probably use the default stuff is a real Stanag. It's about, yeah, 5.45 by 39, 5.56. It's about the same size to me. It's the same, basically the same size. You could use these in your M4 mag pouches. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? It's just that, the method of delivery into. Okay, I'm just overcomplicating things because I'm stupid. The way it goes into the gun is different. Obviously, like that. Maybe a bit tougher. But it's the difference between this and the like M4. It's not really that much. I mean, this just weighs 7.5 pounds. I assume you guys put a bunch of shit on your gun, and if you don't, it's no biggie. Probably loaded, it's like 6-7 pounds. I don't have an M4. I have a 20-inch AR-15, 9 pounds. It's pretty comparable, I guess. But it's just a better platform, alright? Your M4's gearbox is going to fucking explode under any spring, really. They just suck. Alright, it's got to get some AKs. They suck ass. M4s suck ass in airsoft. People don't really know, that's why everyone keeps buying them. But they just suck. This fucker has been going on for like 30,000 rounds. That's not really that much of a record. These things go for like, go to like 300,000 and then they fail. Sometimes they go even farther to like 1 million. Actually, not really. No, they don't go to 300,000 and fail. Most people keep them for like 300,000. But people have really like done the kind of shit that I'm recommending and had them run like forever. The gearbox shells, they just like don't like break. The version 2 gearbox shells break all the time, and this thing especially won't break with a sorbothane pad in them. The sorbothane pad is really for your piston durability and your like shell durability. So just in case you get like a lemon, a lemon is a bad product, whatever. This is good. The Sorbo plus version 3, really good combo. And because you guys are going for accuracy and stuff, like it's milsim, you gotta simulate military experience. Real like airsoft milsim is not that. It's just people run their guns on semi-auto. That's it. It's just semi-auto with expensive gear, and it's pretty silly. Yeah, I guess I gotta charge this fucking thing. Yeah, they have good barrel length, blah blah blah, all this, all that. CM03 ones are great. Get it. You just got to get some M150 springs. You know, M150. I'd say M140, M135. I would keep you in that range. M140, no, M150, M150, maybe an M160. You gotta, I'd say, stay at like 500 feet per second. And because you're getting the shorter barreled rifle, like it's gonna be like down over here, like a shorter barreled AK. Because I want you guys to have a 363 millimeter barrel. That's 14.5 inches. Basically, if you replace the cylinder, i.e., that means like example. That's for like the it goes. I bought this on eBay for $25. I'm not like shitty at teching. The cylinder right here. The ones that come with it have ports like this, and basically you don't want that because there's a certain amount of air in here, and it fills a certain barrel length. And basically the one for this is like for 500 millimeters. I'm using a 430 in here, which is fucking great, spectacular. Basically the one that's going to be in your gun is going to be 363 millimeters, and basically it's shooting a lot harder with the heavier BBs because the heavy BBs, they start slowing down at a certain part of your barrel. If you have like a default gun, it's like a regular airsoft gun, they will slow down within like this certain length, like right around here, 0.32s, 0.36s. It'll slow around like just like right in this area. 0.28s will be like over here, you know, because it takes a lot less, lot more air to push it forward. That's why whenever you see someone who shoot, I know you have, you never play the sport. When they stick heavier BBs in their guns get a lot quieter because they're over volumed for 0.20s. Because the manufacturers want us to use 0.25s, and they're like volume really 0.25. So you stick an even shorter barrel on there, and it's great with 0.28. You know. Yeah, that's about it. There isn't really there is concrete math behind it, but I wouldn't say I wouldn't say you get too much into it because then you're gonna start using like 300 millimeter inner barrels. That's 11, 12 inches in length, and that's not really something to simulate the M4's barrel length. That's a 70-4U. You don't want to use a 70-4U. That's way too far away from what you have. I don't think your guy's gonna accept it. You gotta tell your guy, your commanding officer guy or whatever, to do, like, about the AKs being an actual viable platform for this, which the M4s aren't. They just aren't, man. They fucking aren't. Your gun is going to fail within like 50,000 rounds, and that's if you're lucky, right? It's gonna fail within like 30,000 regularly, just 30,000. What I put through this in like 6 months of just plain airsoft, around like 30,000 rounds. I went through probably like 10 bags of BBs. And it's still running fine, right? With your gun, using that spring, even with a Sorbo in there, it's, like I said, 30,000. It's with this AK, forever, basically forever. It's unless it's the lemon or whatever. I don't know. There's not that much information other than that. I mean, I am going to also link in the guide on how to disassemble and how to maintain and how to like tech and stuff, like all of the things about it, and it's going to be in there. It's going to be a little like thing you're going to have to watch, because you should be the guy that fixes this stuff. So because they'll be like, who's going to fix these things they're breaking? It'll be like, look at me, I know everything about all the things, and he'll be like, okay, that's cool. Yeah, the sights. You know, it's not the same. It's whatever, man. It's whatever. You guys are gonna train with both guns. You're gonna have the M4 ones at the shooting range, right? I mean, just have this as an AK. If you don't like that, you could probably get AKs with rails on them, so you stick like a red dot or something. Or you could just buy one of those leaf sights. This was called. It's a leaf sight. If you look at the, this is actually like a stolen thing from the German SCG 44 thing. Like they had this identical sights, and Mr. Kalashnikov was like, no, we're gonna take that. It's ours now, and they did. Basically, there are ones that are pinhole. Yeah, they have pinhole leaf sights and have the little ring over it, so you can, mimic the thing. Bob, probably get a Magpul grip on there if you want. I don't know. I don't think it matters. It's just a grip. Adjustable stocks. You could probably get some other things. I don't know what your budget is. I do want you to get a SEMA, so you can you don't spend a lot of money on it, which would really convince the fuck out of your guy. But the most you'll spend on just one of these guns would be like $150, just somewhere in that ballpark. And that's not like, it's an unknown. I just really haven't estimated it, because it's going to be this gun. You have to get a spring, which is like $7 to like $15. You get the R-Hop material, which is $7 to $10. This stuff. Mine was like $3. You get the BBs, which they're kind of expensive, I guess. A bag of them is, like I said, $20 for a bit under 3,000. Lapping it's going to cost like $5, because you're going to have to buy the thing for it, and like for the other guns. Not like for each gun it's going to be $5. You just have the thing on there. Glue to glue the thing in. If you can see it, it's like super glued in place. Like I said, this is a shitty job. This is what it looks like when you have one of them that's like too thick. Because mine was like 4.7 by like 8 millimeters thick, and it was garbage. It was the worst thing ever. Don't do that. Do not do that. Get 6 by 8. That's the dimensions of the barrel. It's the inner dimension. I'm having a stroke. The inner diameter of this barrel is 6 millimeters, and the outer diameter is like 8. So this thing is gonna be like 1 millimeter thick. This part right here, it's like 1 millimeter thick. They just wanted like a normal ass dimension on there. That's about it. And also, when you have a higher FPS, you get a longer range, especially with R-Hop. A lot longer range. And and also you might need to upgrade the motor, which is in the grip. I have this thing. I gotta get a screwdriver, a little. I'll cut it out of the video probably. I don't know. It's a motor. It goes right there. Here, this is where the motor would go. You have like motor mounts and stuff. It's a fucking motor, man. It goes right there. You just get a new one, like a JG Blue. So they're called. Look up JG Blue. They're like for $36. So you get a gun. They're like $100. With shipping, it's like a lot more than that. You get the motor. It's 36 plus like this stuff. 100 plus 36 plus 10 plus 10. You're 4,656. But they're most likely going to be under $10, so it's going to be under that. BBs. Sorbothane. Oh yeah, Sorbothane. Yeah, it's cheap as fuck. Off Evike, you can get them in bulk, like straight up in bulk, for not like in bulk, like if you just buy shit tons of them. That's what I want you to do. Is buy shit tons of them. You get the it's good. They're like $2 each, man, for like a little pad. And you have to get 2 of them for each gun. One that's 1/4 of an inch and 70 duro. That's what I have in here. 70 duro, because you're using the M150 spring. 70 duro, maybe 80 duro, which is duro. You could just Google it. Duro is it's the durability of the thing, as in like how tough it is. Like you eat a tough steak. It's badly cooked. It's just tough sorbo in there. Sorbothane. It's a rubber. It's actually a sound dampener. It does dampen the sound. It makes it a lot quieter. So You know how like when people shoot each other, they get hit before they hear the sound of the gunshot because bullets are supersonic, and speed of sound is like 1,100 feet per second. Yeah, that. There's some other things too. Like if your gun has bad shimming, because they can come with bad shimming, which is you see how there are these little things right here, hole here, hole here, hole here. This is not for a gear. Other things that go in here called bushings, and they are. I'm missing stuff. All right, I don't like if they're in the garage and stuff. These little bushings right here. See that? They go into here, and basically.